Wise, it's just the highs of deathcore that suck.
Hello, welcome to the Dope Show with Dopey. Get in this fucker, Shredder. You have no choice. Oh, shit. No, we're going the wrong way. That's it.
I'll scoot in.
Just scoot the fuck in!
Alright.
Alright, now I'm fucking full. Yeah. Anyways, welcome to the Dope Show with Dopey. This is my non-sexual homo comrade Shredder, my life mate, if you will. Anyways, we're here talking. The fuck is that? Whoops. Is the phone off? The ringer's off? I got a phone call. Should we just start over? No! It's accidents were made to happen. Screw it! Anyways, today on the Dope Show. How's it going? I am Dopey. This is Shredder. Anyways, I did this video. It's like up to like 50,000 views, so I feel kind of cool and popular, whatever. It's like, it was originally supposed to just be how do death metal growl, right? You know? And then it became, I started rambling about deathcore versus death metal, blah, 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 blah. And once you start doing that, blah, war. And all out war happens. And, you know, it's just like, let's see. Anyways, I don't even really want to debate about it. You know, it's just like your taste, my style, whatever, dude. All I was trying to say,
Opinion.
it's an opinion. What I was trying to say, what I don't like about deathcore is the highs and the obsessive nonsense breakdown. In my opinion, but whatever, man. You know, there are deathcore bands I like, and this guy can back me up. He likes deathcore too.
Technical death.
Certain deathcore, like All Shall Perish.
Technical shit.
Like, isn't a kid that he went to school with back in high school is in All Shall Perish.
Chris Story, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were telling me.
Moab, Utah.
And he actually got me on to All Shall Perish. It's not too bad of a deathcore band, but I don't really even consider them deathcore, in my opinion. You know,
They are, but it's like, it's technical.
Technical deathcore, which is cool, and their highs aren't bad either. You know, like if you do highs that are just obsessively annoying, I can't stand it, which is awesome because you know a lot of people are like I can't stand death metal. Let's try getting us more into view. There we go. And instead of just seeing our heads. Anyways, I'm just trying to let people know. At first, the video was just to be a death vocal thing, and then I just did a video on how to do that, on how I growl, which is everything opposite that you're told not to do. So I'm endorsing everything that you're not supposed to do, and smoke Camel Whites as well. Camel White cigarettes, wonders for death metal growls. And but I'm just gonna say the deathcore bands that I do like and that he likes, you know, I mean, it's not like a complete prejudice Nazism to where like deathcore sucks ass and should just fucking go kill itself and eat a barrel shotgun in the mouth, you know. Whatever, man. Like Suicide Silence, I would love Suicide Silence. I love the music. I love the guitars. I love the drummer the most. I just do not like the lead singer's highs. And he's dead right now, so that sucks, you know, for him and for everyone who likes it. I understand. You know, when Dimebag died, that was a crush on me. So, you know, I know if you love that shit, that's cool. I personally wanted that dude to stay alive. Because once we got big in death metal, if we ever do get big, I just want to destroy Suicide Silence. Musically. That's my opinion. In my opinion, I think Ingested would have. Ingested's first album, man, their second album, they sold out. It's Surpassing the Boundaries of Human Existence, I think. No, that's... And the song is called Skin and Fuck.
Skin and Fuck, yeah.
That's the song, not the album.
That's what I was talking about, that song.
But that song and every other song off the first album is just so fucking brutal. And then somebody put Ingested is brutal deathcore. And it's not. I have the album. It's somewhere else, and I uploaded it on my computer Windows. It says brutal deathcore. Their second album is brutal deathcore. It is. They went deathcore on their second album. which is sad because I wanted to do an album review on it a long time ago. I just never did it because Ingested for years, for me and him, were major fans of Ingested. They're like a huge influence for us. Ingested, man, in my opinion, if they would have kept with the first album that they did, they would have been the new Pantera. They would have been the Pantera death metal. They would have, in my opinion. I mean, when Ingested came out, I'm like, yes, fucking death metal. Came back with it in vengeance, man. I mean, it's like I thought it was one of the number one bands to come back and bring death metal back because, I mean, here in Clinton, it's a huge deathcore scene. Everyone loves this band, Suicide Silence and everything else. And I'm like, nobody knows Ingested here besides me and him. And I mean, we loved Ingested. I even talked to Ingested about their third album. Told them I wasn't a fan of their second album. I did listen to it. It isn't bad. It still has some Ingested parts into it. But I think what Ingested should do on their third album, they told me that they're going to go back to slamming. Yeah. They said that. Expect even more slamming on their third album. I think they understood that they did something wrong. Hopefully. Because I tried making a point. I said I felt compelled to do this because I'm a fan. I didn't like the second album. And, you know, usually it's sad because there's bands out there that always top in death metal, usually in death metal, that top their first album. Like Begging for Incest's second album, amazing. Orgasmic Self-Mutilation, brutal. I love Begging for Incest.
The new Devourment.
But yeah,
wait till that comes out.
The new Devourment's out right now. It's on YouTube, but we don't have it. Yeah, the new Devourment's pretty fucking brutal. They've done some new things. I don't have the album yet, so as soon as I get it, I might do
more
an album
technical,
review.
more professional,
and not only gutturals for vocals. Usually, Mike Majewski or other Devourment bands just stick to the gutturals. You know, it's always gutturals this, gutturals that, and he did some highs too and some mid growls. So it's new technical. And also, we saw some album or some videos of the studio. I love the drummer, man. Why can't I think of it? Eric. You know his name.
What?
Eric. The drummer, Eric. Whatever.
Park?
Eric Park. Yeah, Eric Park, the drummer. He shaved his head and got rid of his dreads. Love the dreads. Epic dreadlocks, dude. But the deathcore bands that I do like, I'm going to say, I don't think Begging for Incest is deathcore. I've seen Begging for Incest be on deathcore. They're not. They're not deathcore.
No,
they're slam.
No, they're not deathcore at all.
Some slam does get confused for deathcore, but it's bogus.
It's because of the guitar style.
And why don't you run and go grab your guitar we'll just talk about the guitar style.
Let me grab it.
Go grab it, because this guy wants to show you the guitar technical difference between, and grab the small amp too. We might as well hook it up. You know what I mean, Shred? Grab the small amp. It don't matter. I know. I'm going to ramble right now to keep up time. Anyways, there's a different guitar style. It's the alternative picking, and then death metal is just straight fucking down picking. Same thing with slam. But the deathcore bands I do like Fit for an Autopsy. If the highs are tolerable, then I like it, man. But if they're like Chelsea Grin's highs, I can't stand it, man. It sounds like just, it hurts my ears. You know, kind of, it's just annoying, man. It's like hearing a chick scream at a party, or when I was in jail, there's a chick just yelling while I was sleeping. It's so fucking annoying, man. Like, Suicide Silence, I would be in love with them if Mitch Lucker didn't do his highs. Otherwise, Suicide Silence would probably be one of my favorite bands. Seriously, it probably would be. And I did like their first album. But the more Suicide Silence goes on, it seems like Mitch quit doing his lows and kept doing more highs. And, you know, it's just like, it's cool if you have them evened out, man. You know, like Dying Fetus, they're even. They do the lows and the mids. They're even, or just like that. But then eventually the highs became up here, man. Here was the lows. And that's just, you know, blah. Kind of, it gets annoying, man. You got to even it out. And, plus, I don't like his lyrics, man. That's another thing, too. I'm totally into lyrics. And the deathcore bands I do like, Despised Icon. That's probably my favorite deathcore band, in my opinion. I think Despised Icon. And because their highs aren't annoying. I like Despised Icon. I love Despised Icon, even. all albums that they got out. They're great. Fit for an Autopsy, Rings of Saturn, Whitechapel. They're not bad, but I don't like them, man. It's nothing against them, and I don't have anything bad to say about them because they don't do highs. They really don't even do highs.
I actually like Whitechapel.
And he likes Whitechapel, but I mean Whitechapel doesn't do highs. They're like pretty much, I think, brutal death metal, but or brutal deathcore.
No, they're definitely deathcore.
Yeah, that's brutal deathcore is Whitechapel, in my opinion. And I'm talking about genres that I don't have a black belt degree in. You know, I have a black belt degree in death metal. In that genre, you know, I mean, these are genres. I might be wrong with the genres. A lot of people want to say Waking the Cadaver is brutal deathcore.
It's slam.
It's definitely slam. Even their second album was even more slam. And now they're even.
The why people say that is because of the guitar picking.
Yeah. And now even Waking the Cadaver is posting on their Facebook, "Stay slam. We got some slamming shit for you. Slam. Slam's coming back in a huge way, man. And I mean, there's slam that I really do love, and there's slam that's just kind of, you know, annoying. You know, that's just the same. A lot of people don't like slam because there's slam bands out there that just repeat the same slam riff over and over again through a whole song. It's like there's this comment that they're saying I think slam's worse than deathcore, you know, and he didn't like deathcore either. He's like, I think it's just more annoying or more bland or whatever. But Ingested, man, was just brutal, intense slam. It's just that slam is groovy, man. Anyway, this guy's going to... Jesus, God almighty. He's going to show you the different style between deathcore and death metal.
Oh, shit. Well, I'm not ready yet.
And as he's getting that ready, I'm going to keep rambling. What other deathcore bands do I like, Shredder?
Deathcore?
Ring of Saturn.
Rings of Saturn.
And, you know... I mean, I think that's just about it. I'm trying to think of other serious deathcore bands. Oh, Sons. What is it, man? Suntorn. I like Suntorn. Suntorn's brutal. I like Suntorn. Their highs to me are tolerable. If the highs are tolerable, then I like it. If they're just... And that's another thing that I do want to say, man. It's like there are so many deathcore bands that I have heard over and over again that sounds like Suicide Silence. You know, or that sounds like another deathcore band that I've already heard. And I just want to say that there's so many death metal bands that are out there, and none of them sound exactly the same. Every death metal band has their own sound. Same thing with slam. You know, 7H. I'm going to do a video just on slam. Damn. I don't know why you have it up so loud. Scrap. Just come here and sit down. Sit on the bed. Is that good? Yeah. Alright. Only real difference is this pit is just alternate picking that deathcore does, though. And slam is more down picking with different notes. A lot of deathcore is open notes too, where slam if you can karate chop to it, it's slam. And what a lot of people get confused is some deathcore or some slam bands will kind of mix the two together, because you really, there's no need to be prejudiced to the two different picking styles. You can mix both of them together and it'd be great. But deathcore bands, there'll be a lot of bands that'll mix it. Like Begging for Incense. You know? Yeah. You know, and that's really what it is. Just alternate picking is deathcore though. But show them how deathcore overly obsessively alternate picks. You know, that's what I was doing. Yeah. That's what they do. I know. Exactly. if you want to do that, fucking do it. You know what I mean? But tell some softball shit.
What?
The softball riff that we came up with.
I don't know what that
Alright, never mind, fuck it. Hey, but, you know what I mean?
I can't remember.
Oh, that's good. But you see that's what we like. You know, I mean, we're like into brutal slam. You know, I mean, like slam's a big thing for us. We also love death metal and shit like that. But we'll probably do a video on just slam too, man.
Yeah, sorry for my shitty amp too. Cause
Yeah,
this amp is a piece of shit.
It's a small baby amp. We got our other amp in the fucking living room where we practice and whatnot. Where you're sitting at, Shredder. Sit down. And I just wanted to make a video because, I mean, you know, everyone's like this and that. If we get insult, deathcore, whatever, I really don't give a shit, you know. And I'm sorry to offend
It's really
anybody.
just opinion.
It really is, man.
And both should exist. So why not?
I mean,
There's
for the
really no
metal
reason
gene,
to be prejudiced towards
gene
genre.
genre. Yeah, exactly. Really, there's really
like what
not.
you like. If you don't like it, don't talk. There's no need to talk shit about it.
You
I
know,
don't go to Britney Spears YouTube videos and talk shit on their videos. It's pointless.
and I don't really do that either, man. Like, I don't go to a deathcore band that I don't like and be like, this band's fucking blasphemy and horrible, and it shouldn't exist. You know, like I don't really do that a lot. I don't do that. I did it one time for Asking Alexandria because I watched it and I just couldn't stand it. And it wasn't because of that. It's because someone posted, like, Waking the Cadaver's talent is crap. Asking Alexandria beats the hell out of Waking the Cadaver. And then I went and watched them like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. And when I posted that comment, it wasn't directed towards anybody who was fans. It was directed towards that dude.
Personally, I don't, just as an opinion, I don't like the gay Backstreet Boy metal bands.
Yeah, that's what I call it boy band metal. Like Asking Alexandria is boy band metal. Where you go yelling or singing like, and the sky is crying, ripping through the stars at night. You know, I'm just like, that is horrible. In my opinion, it gives death metal one the, hey, just don't fucking growl, man, if you're gonna sing. It does not, it should never have been in a genre mixed together, dude. You know, I mean, it gives death metal a bad name.
Yeah.
It does, man. Singing like a boy band, and then you're gonna growl fucking some death shit,
I don't
man.
know who thought of that.
Whoever fucking thought of that deserves to be shot in the head. I shouldn't say that because who knows that creates some shit, man. Never mind. Whoever did that deserves to be bludgeoned with a fist. How about that? Just the shit beat out of them. Because boy band metal is like one of the worst things in my opinion. Like, I mean, I'm trying to think of bands that are out today. Like, the only one I can think of is Lazarus AD. That one impressed me a lot, man. Like, I mean, that's metal. That's metal, you know, I mean metal. And then there's nothing metal about singing boy band crap and then going hardcore vocals. That's not metal, man. It's really not. It's really not.
From NSYNC to growling to NSYNC.
That's not metal, my opinion. And I'm hoping there's people out there that can agree with me, man. You know, I mean, I've seen videos where they're like metalheads versus posers, like the Infidel Amsterdam or Count Blaggeroth, and talking about certain stuff like that. I mean, I'm a metal fan. You know, I grew up with metal. My parents, like, I mean, Skid Row, you know, and Pantera and shit like that. That's the only 80s band I like is Skid Row. and I don't even really like them. You know, I just go back to reminisce my childhood. But I mean, if you like deathcore, so be it. I'm not gonna hate you because you like deathcore. I got
There's all
tons
kinds of good 80 bands.
yeah.
80s bands.
But I'm just trying to say there are deathcore bands that are out there too that are good. You know, that I'm not saying it all sucks either. You know, I'm not. Because if it did, then I wouldn't like bands like Despised Icon. I'm trying to think of what bands I do like, but there's Suntorn, and I like Suntorn, man.
I think you
know?
said that already.
I know, I've said that. Like I'm saying, the few deathcore bands I do like Suntorn, Rings of Saturn, uh, Despised Icon, and that's about it. Like I don't really like Immure that much. I almost like Suffocate. Suffocate ain't bad. I don't like Carnifex. Um, it's just not my thing, man. My thing is straight up devourment. You know, I love brutal death metal, technical death metal. I don't even like melodic death metal. You know, to me, my opinion, I don't like melodic death metal. Some of it's okay. I like Decrepit Birth.
I like melodic death metal.
He likes melodic death metal. I don't like it.
I do.
I don't care for melodic death metal at all. But I mean, it's still good. You know, it's not
From
saying
a
that's
guitar
bad.
player point of view,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
But you know, I mean, I like bands like as a kid, Devourment. I'm trying to think, Suffocation. Trying to think of some brutal death that I was into back in the day. I loved Deicide too when I was a kid. I did love Deicide. I don't like them anymore because my point of view is I'm somewhat spiritual. I'm not into much blasphemy bands, and you know, I jump on anything now these days though that's slam. Anything that's slam that I like. I really do like Epic Heart Octopy. A lot of people are like that band is one of the most generic slam bands too. Like some friends I know, like they'll just play slam riff over and over again, but I still dig it. I almost like that anyways. There's so many bands out there. Slam is just coming out.
I don't like it when it repeats itself.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Slam though, man, is just coming out. Like I'm telling you, man, there's like a new slam band every week. It's going to take over. I mean, it's coming out. It is coming out more than deathcore. I mean, at first there's like deathcore. So many deathcore bands out there. Now it's just like slam is a pandemic.
Yeah.
It really is. It's becoming a pandemic, man. Oh, Mess in a Morgue. I like Mess in a Morgue for deathcore. Those guys aren't bad. And they're somewhat slam deathcore, really, but they're great. And I'm trying to think slam bands: Cranium, Ingested, Begging for Incest. I like Applaud the Impaler. Um, Cerebral Bore, they're not really slam. Abominable Putredy, of course.
Yeah.
I bought him that hoodie. That's a great hoodie.
Yeah.
Raped by Pigs. Well, what are some of our favorite slam bands? If I didn't name them already.
Pretty much named our top influence.
Oh man, there's even some technical slam bands that are out there. I love Visceral Discord.
Visceral Discord.
Visceral Discord.
And what is that other one?
Shit. Visceral Throne. Even Japanese slam is also another is a great slam. The Dark Prison Massacre, Colonize the Rotting, Colonize the Rotting. I'm just going to name Japanese slam. Intestinal Pancakes, Gore Pot, Hostile Eyes, and then Vomit Remnants isn't slam, but they're Japanese death metal. I love Vomit Remnants.
Yeah.
That's brutal. Vomit Remnants is the shit. If there's anything the Japs know how to do is death metal and slam. I'm telling you, the Japs can fucking slam, dude.
Yeah.
Intestinal Pancakes. Oh man, there's another one that I can't think of it. Oh, Guttural Corpora Cavernosa. That one's a good one. Cranial Decay, and they're from around here too. Or is it Cranial Decay that we saw with Crotch Ripper? I think it is.
I don't know.
And then there's one-man slam bands I love: Intracranial Butchery, Putrid Pile. Putrid Pile, that dude is God. He is. He's a great fucker, man. I mean, Putrid Pile, you can't go wrong with Putrid Pile. Just sit around and listen to all Putrid Pile all day. We were pretty influenced by them. Let's see. I know I got a list of our top like 50 influences because we're trying to be. We were first influenced by like 5 bands, then 10 bands. Now we're trying to be influenced by 50 bands, man. Like what else?
Well, we're influenced by pretty much
everything. And we're trying to come out like there's genres that are being made all the time, and that's what I love now too, man. You know, it's no longer death metal, slam, or technical. I mean, now there's so many genres that are out there. You know, you can just make your own now. You know, like
that's pretty much what I think this generation
is going to be now.
It does. That's what. They just take genres and they'll mix genres together.
And that's awesome. That's original. Now that's the way it's going to be.
That's the way it should be.
Grindcore death metal, you know, like necro.
There's no reason to be stuck in a box.
No,
you can do all kinds of other shit.
All kinds of shit. And we're trying to be. Can I tell them what we're trying to do?
Yeah.
All right. Because I mean, there's stuff that we're trying to do, and we ain't even out there yet. The band that we're trying to do is Behold the Bludgeoner, and the stuff that we're trying to do, it's already being done. Like before it was done 2 years ago, we were like, this is the future of slam. This is what's going to happen. And it is the future. We see it happening. And it sucks that we're not out there. Because, I mean, we would be up there. I mean, soon we're going to get our shit going. Hopefully soon.
Hopefully.
We've been saying that for years. We only even got like one song nearly done, you know. And Brutal Slam Tech.
Yeah.
Like, well, actually, first we said Technical Slam was the future.
I call it Brutal Tech Slam. He calls it Brutal Slamming Tech.
Or I call it Brutal Slam Tech or Brutal Slamming Tech. It's brutal death metal, technical death metal, slam death metal, and just death metal all into one genre. You know, which is what we're trying to do.
Metal, slam, and technical death metal mixed
together. 3 genres, which would be cool because, you know, there's bands like when they're slamming gore group. You know, I mean, and then Raid by Pigs, Implosion Slam or something. I mean, you know, and then same thing with Vomit Remnants, Hyper Crunch Groove, I'm pretty sure, or Super Hyper Crunch. I can't remember what they call themselves. But that's what I think the future needs to be. But in my opinion, deathcore isn't bad. It's just the overrated deathcore bands. You know, I think even Hour of Penance is deathcore, that I've heard, and I kind of like those guys. But, you know, I just like to stay underground too. You know, I've always had this thing against the mainstream, but I have to thank deathcore too, because of deathcore, it's starting to go mainstream. Yeah. It is. It really is. Which is kind of paving the way for underground death metal to hopefully make more money.
Not only that, but it's good because it also gets people that aren't into metal to get into metal, and it's one of those first starter things. And then eventually they go into more underground and explore more.
Which is cool, man. You know, you can't diss that. You can't really diss deathcore for being famous. You know, without deathcore, bands would probably be not going as far as they would. The underground scene. You know, because like Summer Slaughter is now starting to go more deathcore. It really is. We've been going to Summer Slaughter every year since like 5 years ago. You know, and it straight when it was just a plain death metal package. You know, now there was 1 year where there was like 3 death metal bands: Dying Fetus, Flesh God Apocalypse, and 6 Feet Under. The rest were core.
Yeah.
The rest were all core. You know. So, I mean, of course, you know, they sell more albums.
The only thing I don't like about deathcore is the highs and the constant breakdown.
Yeah, that is it, man. That's it. If you can be a deathcore band,
you can actually do something
like the Spiced Icon. The Spiced Icon don't break down all the fucking time, man. They'll have their breakdown, but it's not. Immure is one of the #1 bands that's just a breakdown all the time. That deathcore band, it's just a breakdown to another breakdown to another breakdown.
I don't like that. I like
it's like, what's the point then? What's the fucking point?
I want an actual song that's cohesive as a song, like songwriting wise. I want it to go to other levels where it can go technical, then to something brutal, and then, you know.
Yeah, because that's metal. That's metal. That's fucking metal.
Not
man.
the same thing over and over and over.
It's annoying. You know, I
mean, not annoying. It's boring.
It is, and it's just like regular. You know,
it's not challenging for me as a guitar player, which is really simple. Easy.
Right, and that's the thing, man. That's why it's more mainstream, because shit like that catches on, and then it repeats and repeats. You know, repetition sells. You know, it sucks because that's the mainstream world, and also the corporate fucking industry, man, for making money. You know, of course,
as long as anything catchy will be.
Anything's catchy, and it's just like, you know, which is cool, man, for those people that are into that. But I mean, when you come to me and be like, yo, dude, this band's so fucking awesome.
We really had a 30-minute video.
Yeah. The one thing that I was pissed off one day, man, this kid had a kid. It was kind of when Cannibal Corpse started going mainstream. Kill helped them get their fucking name.
I like that album.
He likes it.
He doesn't. I like that album. It's more technical. For me, I like it.
It's not a bad album, still Cannibal Corpse, but to me, it was just like, that was their sellout album. That's my opinion. But Cannibal Corpse, in my opinion, has the right to sell out.
I mean, their album cover changed and all that. Yeah. I can see that. Like, they used to have a bunch of
well, it's still Cannibal Corpse. Their album cover is still Cannibal Corpse.
No, it's just a bold kill. That's it.
No, it's not.
There's no graphic.
Then it's a different one then, because then there's more than one cover. So the first Kill album is a dude holding a knife. Yeah, and then it says Kill.
That's not on the album cover. Though.
Yeah, it is.
That's on the CD. That's inside the disc.
They have album covers with that. I know they do.
I just know like a red album cover
I've seen it.
Kill on.
Okay, we're just done with that debate. Anyways, Cannibal Corpse has the right to sell out anyways. Because they're around for 20 years, man, in the underground, fucking sticking to their style, you know what I mean?
I don't think they really sold
out. I don't think they sold out. Yeah, because their new album gave them redemption. Torture, their newest album.
It's still death metal.
It's still, alright,
brutal.
We're just going to have this debate. It's between me and him now. And, but I mean, it's not like Metallica, you know, they're around for like 8-10 years, then sell out. I mean, they've been doing their fucking thing, and I mean, they Cannibal Corpse can do whatever the fuck they want because they earned it, in my opinion. You know, I mean, they've been around for 20 fucking years, and then they decided to get. To me, it was more catchy, man. To me, when Cannibal Corpse came out, I was like, yes, Cannibal Corpse. I started seeing them on TV. I'm like, now they're gonna show these fuckers how to do it. And then it was like Death Walking Terror. I'm like, this is not Cannibal Corpse, in my opinion. It was just too slow. I didn't think they were playing to their full potential, in my opinion. That's how it was. It was just and because they did 6 Feet Under, that's why I'm pissed. Because they did 6 Feet Under for them doing that shit.
Yeah.
That's another reason why I'm pissed. Yeah, I've read interviews where Cannibal Corpse, nobody wants to hear that shit. That's what they said about 6 Feet Under. No one wants to hear simple. I mean, it's just too easy. I'm like, that's the brutal thing, brutal of simplicity, you know. And then they just can't.
I like Under for doing it. I just like technical.
Cannibal Corpse straight up did. They did 6 Feet Under for being simple and doing their thing, and then all of a sudden, Cannibal Corpse decided to do it. So that's why I'm pissed off at them for doing that. Other than that, it's still cool. But I don't even remember what the fuck we were talking about.
I like technical stuff though.
Yeah.
I don't like simple.
I do. I love 6 Feet Under. I love 6 Feet Under before the Undead shit. But when they had all their original members. I haven't really listened to the new album. But I mean, Kevin Talley is a beast. I'm sure it's still good. I've heard some songs. And I know we're going to talk for as long as we want. So you guys can fucking tune in, tune off, whenever.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that
already signed off because we're 34 minutes. I should probably end the video.
Yeah, let's end it.
Anyways, we'll talk about Slam in the next one. We're going to do another video. Anyways, have a nice day. Thanks for tuning in. Whatever points we made that we kept rambling on, I don't fucking know anymore. Death metal, deathcore debate. Fuck you, all of you. Nah, I love you guys. If you're tuning in, man, giving me 50,000 views to just whatever. And then there's opinions on deathcore bands. I'm trying to make an idea, but you see these things? These are my pain pills. And I take like 3 of them, and I'm doing pretty good. So I'm supposed to take 4 a day, and I took 2, and then 1 an hour ago. So I don't really abuse it, but they do me pretty good. And because I shouldn't have done that. Because if they see me abusing pain pills, then they might be able to take them away from me. But I have this pains where I actually need to take them. And I love you guys. Thanks for tuning into the Dope Show. This is a 35-minute video of rambling nonsense crap. And if you stayed all the way to this shit, then you're brutal. Anyways, let's see. Show me some fucking deathcore that's underground. You know, that's out there. Like, Mess in a Morgue is pretty underground. I like those guys. This shit here, nigga, this shit's called death, nigga. That's a brutal intro. And that's what I'm trying to say is what deathcore bands I do like. Anyways, we're going to start another video. Have a nice day. Peace.